On another episode of No, We're Actually Scared with your host, Dusty Davenport, and my co-host,
Johnny Paranoia.
And we're going to talk about the Satanic Church.
Celebrities that are part of the Satanic Church.
You know, that big one, Taylor Swift.
Swifties.
I think she might be a clone.
Hashtag Swifties.
Let's talk some nonsense. Let's get into it.
Oh, yeah, we got a lot to get into here.
Oh, yeah, let me get the notes ready.
Oh, yeah.
You hear that?
Shuffle more papers.
Walter Cronkite over here.
He's reading the news today.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
So we're going to talk about this dude that was born in 1930.
Who's that?
Named Anton LaVey.
I've heard of him before.
Yeah. We're going to get into Taylor Swift. I know that's what everyone wants to hear. That'll be later.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to go big on Anton LaVey right now. Born in 1930. This dude is a different kind of cat.
That's a depression baby right there.
It's wild to, we're going to talk about somebody from 1930, but he talked about some of our wheelhouse over here.
I like it.
He was into it. He was pretty famous, too.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He had, big lectures in San Francisco out in the parks. People would come like it was an outdoor concert, dude.
Really?
People would come to listen to this dude talk about werewolves.
I would not think that. All I know about him is, the Satanic Church. That's it.
Yeah, but in San Francisco, he was just like this. It was I'm going to buy tickets to the Anton LaVey lecture.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guy's drawing crowds, man.
Yeah.
Moving tickets.
Now the homeless people in San Francisco tell you about werewolves.
That's not too far
For
off the
free.
Yeah. You can get a lot of stories from the people in San Francisco, man.
So this guy was born in 1930s in Chicago. And he used to play the accordion and the piano as a carny.
Really?
So he used to be traveling circus,
So he has a background in showmanship.
Yes. He literally carnied. Traveling circus, piano, accordion, and this big hunk of a steam engine organ called a calliope.
A calliope?
That was his big instrument, and he was really into it through his entire life.
A calliope?
Yeah.
Is that do they play that at the Church of Satan when they walk in on the calliope?
You would think, man. If I saw some steam coming out of something, I'd be like, "Oh, we're at the Church of Satan."
Yeah, it's hooked up. The pipes are hooked up to hell, like the exhaust pipes on a Chevrolet. How do you not market that at all?
Yeah.
You know?
And he grew up a Baptist.
Okay, so
and he used to play piano at his Baptist church.
That seems to be the reoccurring theme with all these mysticism, occult guys.
Yeah, they're we're super Christian, and then fuck that shit.
Super Christian, and then they take a left turn somewhere, and it's polar opposite.
Yep.
Let's go, Satan.
So he used to play piano in the Baptist church, and he saw a lot of the hypocrisy in the church growing up. It's kind of like when we went to Catholic school back in the day, and I'm thinking you go to church on Sunday, don't gamble, don't drink, don't have but then the beer tent's going, and
yeah, that's fine though. It's for the church.
It's for the church. It's all good.
It's for the church. As the priest is sitting there smoking cigars, and
I think our priest had to take a vacancy too. I don't know if he was touching little boys, but I think he was dipping into the gambling pot a little bit.
Yeah, I could imagine.
I think there was something like that. A lot of rumors going around about Father Bob.
I was an altar boy. I remember working funerals.
Really?
I wasn't touched. No allegations here. But I remember working funerals, and I would do it because they would get you out of class. Yeah. So, but they used to give you $5.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
How much is a funeral, though? And that's all you're tipping the fucking altar boy is $5 or $2.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks a lot, Father.
Thanks, Father Bob.
As he's pulling in $1,000.
Yeah, he's going to Turks and Caicos for the weekend.
Yeah, just do a 20-minute. Oh yeah, just read the book.
Yeah, he definitely had one of those weird disappearances though, where he just wasn't there one day. Yeah, we used to have a nun named Sister Paul playing an acoustic guitar. Oh yeah, singing in church.
Yeah, and then I remember I had my ears pierced when I was a kid.
Oh, she didn't like that.
No, necklaces or ears piercings. Nope, she would make me take them out.
She was not into that at all.
I was 6. I'm I don't know how to take this out.
What names though? Sister Paul and Father Bob. You talk about fake names. That's
Yeah, it's not inconspicuous at all. Bob and Paul here.
I think we got to dig big into a conspiracy on our childhood now.
But the church ended up closing down. Go figure.
Yeah, the school too. And now a word from our sponsor.
Today's episode of No, We're Actually Scared is brought to you by Boomer's Thrift Barn. Are you tired of paying ridiculously high prices for clothing?
Hell yeah.
Well, we have the store for you. Boomer's Thrift Barn is one-stop shopping for name brands, men and women's clothing. They have a giant selection of vintage gear at a price point that meets your budget.
They got sports stuff?
They have sports gear. They have band shirts. Everything vintage. It's one-stop shopping. Go to Boomer's Thrift Barn on Instagram and click the link in the profile to take you to one of their selling platforms. Get a 15% discount on eBay with promo code SCARED15.
That promo code again is SCARED15 and only on eBay.
Remember, Boomer's Thrift Barn for your one-stop shop for new, used, and vintage clothing.
And now, back to the show. But anyways, so he saw a lot of that hypocrisy.
Yeah.
A lot of just like the things going on. And started to change a little bit. In 1950, he started playing in bars. He started playing piano and stuff, and little nightclubs and lounges and things. Yeah. And,
hey,
tip the guy. They played like the nice soft song for the speakeasy.
Those guys seem to pull in the ladies, though. The smooth jazz guys.
The crazy thing is the story is, and some people deny it, but when he was working in these clubs, he happened to have a fling with one Marilyn Monroe.
Get out of here.
1950.
Norma Jean?
How crazy is that? Marilyn Monroe. With the
that doesn't even make sense in my head. Like all I think about Marilyn Monroe are like JFK, Bobby Kennedy, and Joe DiMaggio.
and now Anton LaVey and his satanic goatee.
Frank Sinatra, right. Like the Rat Pack, not Anton LaVey at all.
That's insane.
That just it kind of fuels the fire though of like, oh, look at the Hollywood death cult, all Satanists.
Yeah, it's all connected.
All connected.
All connected. If you can't get to those levels of fame and wealth without
selling your soul,
dirt under your fingernails.
Without selling your soul. Don't sell your soul, people. It ain't worth it.
But the funny thing with Anton LaVey is you would think like Church of Satan guy, like he's into like all the revolution and all these things, but
yeah,
this dude hated hippies.
Really?
This dude hated like new music. He hated rock and roll.
Wow.
Like he was like, you know how like now like you think of like somebody from like the 60s or whatever, and they're like, oh, this goddamn rap music.
Right.
Like this dude was like, oh, this goddamn like who am I thinking? Like the Birds or something.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah, these goddamn people, they don't understand real music. Well, he's on his Calliope playing like 20s music.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's what I think of a standard Calliope player.
Yeah.
Is he probably hates the Beatles.
Yeah, like he hates the Beatles.
So, although it's probably an instrument that the Beatles probably did use at one point or another.
Right. And, all right, so Twist of Fate. Guy moves to Twist of Faith? Twist of Fate. Yeah, I guess Twist of Fate. Yeah. Is that a term?
Yeah.
Sounds like a term.
We'll go with it.
Twist of Fate. Guy moves to San Francisco.
Move too.
Guy moves to San Francisco in 1950. Marries a Carol Lansing when she was 15 years old.
Well, okay, hold on again.
Yeah.
Hollywood and pedophilia seems to go hand in hand over here.
Yeah. There's a lot of that in the 1950s.
It's crazy.
15 and 16-year-olds. Like,
Elvis Presley,
the biggest one.
She was like 13.
And moved into the back with her parents' approval.
Wild. Jerry Lee Lewis and his cousin and his 12-year-old cousin.
Yep.
Like they're all a little fucking...
A little wild.
Man. That's crazy time.
Yep. Married her. Had one kid. No future story on that kid. I don't know anything else about him. But while he's in San Francisco, he's going to be drafted in the Korean War. He's about to go to the Korean War. Okay. And then to avoid going to the war, he draft dodges and studies criminology.
So he hates hippies, but he draft dodges himself.
Yes.
Like a decade
Probably hates
early.
the war, too. I think he just hates everything. He's just like a fuck it.
Just a nihilist guy. Huh?
Yeah.
Just fuck everything.
But he's not going to study like some esoteric thing.
Right.
He's going to study criminology.
So
in San Francisco.
Law and order.
Criminology.
This guy hates everything, but he likes structure in the law.
And he's super pro cop.
That's wild.
Like he's like, fuck them hippies, you arrest them.
I would not think that at all, dude. I think of San Fran. It's a liberal city, kind of, and especially during that era,
right?
Of like, free love, free everything.
Yep.
I mean, we might be a decade early, a couple years early,
right.
But still, though, I mean, yeah, I think of California and I think of artsy, music. You know what I mean? Like free living society.
Yep.
And not structure and law.
So what happens? He takes a job with the San Francisco PD, and he works as a photographer for them for 3 years.
All right.
So he takes pictures of all the dead bodies, all the like wild crime scenes,
Go figure.
all the things. Like this dude's, he's getting the grisly pictures of society in San Francisco in the 1950s.
Yeah. Again, that doesn't surprise me.
When was Zodiac Killer? Was that
70s,
60s?
60s, 70s.
That's too far off. Yeah. But yeah, he's seen some of the craziest shit, and he's taking pictures of it for the police. He gets in good with the police. He's a big pro-cop guy.
Yeah. Got a good pension out of it, probably.
I don't know how long he worked there, but he ended up taking a job taking 800 calls as a psychic investigator for the San Francisco PD.
So they set up a number for him?
They set up a number for Anton LaVey. This is the police department. They set up a number, and people deny this. There's a lot of like people coming out saying like that didn't happen, but there's a ton of information that said it did, and it would be an 800 number for people to call about weird stuff. Like, this dude was like the X-Files for the San Francisco PD.
Yeah, you got it.
Like, I saw a werewolf on 37th Street. Like,
you saw Bigfoot at the fish market?
Yeah, and Anton LaVey's answering the phone. Like, San Francisco PD. Yeah, I saw a lizard person.
And it's him on the other end.
Yeah.
I wonder if he did like a full-on investigation, or was it like, do you leave your number and he returns your phone call?
I'm just thinking as like a muse dude for like information for his lectures, dude. Yeah. He's just getting phone calls, and now he's like, oh, that's a fucking good one, dude. Let me write that shit down, dude.
Parable number 7 in my new Bible. When you see the beast on the hilltop.
So he divorced that woman, and then he got with another woman. They stayed together for 24 years.
This guy's a chick magnet, huh?
Dude, nothing but like blonde bombshells.
Really?
Like gorgeous women. Attracted to the satanic guy.
Well, they always like the outsiders and the bad boys.
Yep, that's it.
So this guy's a carny piano player.
Carny piano player. And he's the bad boy.
He's pulling in Marilyn Monroe.
And he can't stand the Beatles.
He hates the Beatles. Yeah, he's an outsider, man. Dark and mysterious, I guess.
But they have a child named Zena LaVey. And Zena's going to come into play later in this episode. But big story with Zena, dude, is these lectures got so big in San Francisco. They would be in the parks in San Francisco doing these large lectures. They started recording them. So they would have a record with like a satanic mass. And Zena LaVey was the first human being to be satanically baptized on a recorded album. Yeah. So you could buy like this mass and you could listen to his daughter be the first person baptized into the Church of Satan.
That's crazy. You know, that's such a funny thing though too. Is like the guy that's like anti-church and anti-mass is having baptisms for the Church of Satan.
It's just great how pro-cop and pro-capitalism this guy is. Yeah. He just wants to make money.
Yeah, he doesn't see.
He's just like Kiss, dude.
Yeah.
Like, if I can put the Church of Satan and put that stamp on something, dude,
on a
I'm
lunchbox,
I'm going to sell it.
It's going out the door. I put a pentagram on that. It's going.
It's going.
So this guy's a capitalist pro-cop guy.
Yeah. Who hates rock music.
Definitely.
Thinks it's like, well, he can't even say it's the work of the devil because he kind of like is the Church of Satan guy.
He's definitely a 1980s Ronald Reagan Republican.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Staunch Republican guy.
And just hates religion. The one difference.
Perfect.
The one difference is he just hates religion.
But he created one.
For monetary purposes.
That's a shocker.
He doesn't believe in God, doesn't believe in hell, doesn't believe in Satan.
Yeah.
Doesn't believe in any of it.
Snake oil salesman.
But he's just kind of like the whole point of the church is to just reject society, essentially. Right.
Yeah, there was
it's like nihilist.
Yeah,
nihilistic. Like
one of the Rat Pack guys was in it. Sammy Davis Jr. He was
shit. I forgot about that. Yeah. Sammy Davis was.
So maybe that was a link between him and Marilyn Monroe then.
Oh, now we're putting the pieces together. The pieces are coming together.
Putting them together in my head as we go. Sammy Davis Jr. was a saint. I remember he did that like sketch on for them, like a pro advertisement thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Sammy Davis in the Church of Satan.
Yeah. And he's like, Satan. He's like poking him with his pitchfork and everything. He's like, join the Church of Satan. Ooh.
So before it was called the Church of Satan, it was actually called the Order of the Trapezoid.
Perfect. Well, you know, being a marketer, that doesn't sell.
It's not a win.
You can't be putting geometry like in your title. Like,
it doesn't work.
No,
it doesn't work.
No, what is this? An engineering firm? No, this is a religion. We're the Order of Trapezoid.
Yeah. And if you really want to get like people that are sick of Christianity, you got to go the opposite.
Yeah, you got to get out of the shape.
Yeah, no shapes.
No shapes.
So the San Francisco Chronicle published articles, and they dubbed him the Black Pope.
Ooh,
that was like the name for him.
After he was in the police department.
Yeah, this is way after. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
Still can't get over that.
So 1972, we're a little bit further in. He starts looking around his church, dude. He's at book signings. He's signing the Satanic Bible. He's doing all this stuff, and he's like, "Who the fuck are all these nerds coming to this shit?" Like he just like he like starts to look at his flock of people joining the religion, and he's like, "These are the people that are following this religion."
This is only a high society. Really.
Yeah, he was like really like offended by like
Really?
the low class people joining his religion.
That's unbelievable.
It's kind of bizarre.
You would think you would be happy, like, hey, anybody's giving me money to do this. Like, hey, come in over here. I'll sign that book for you.
Right, exactly. But he really thought of himself as like a upper echelon of society. He's like, I only want the most beautiful, accomplished people. Yeah. He's like, he doesn't want some schlub coming in here and be like, I joined the Church of Satan. You saved me. Yeah. Like, no, dude, get the fuck out of here. Yep. Like. Oh, it's pretty devilish, honestly. Like,
it kind of is.
Yeah, he's kind of like a fuck you, get out of my church.
Judgmental.
Yeah,
priestess.
It's interesting. And then in 1972, they started pushing for more money to try to like distance himself from unsuccessful people, and also probably to make a little bit of money.
I'm sure that was the driving force behind it. Hey, I want to go where the deeper pockets are.
Exactly. Yeah. I want Sammy Davis. Yeah, I don't want
your $10
Starbucks
donation
guy joining the Church of Satan.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I want the upper echelon.
Yes. Yeah. Give me $1,000 checks, not $10 bills.
Exactly. Then 1980, just a weird random fact. I don't have a ton on it, but the FBI interviewed him. And they were concerned about a murder plot, an alleged murder plot to kill Ted Kennedy.
Murder plot? Well, the 80s, though, that was...
Satanic panic.
Exactly.
So as soon as they see like anything, they're like, we got to go to the guy who's running the Satanic.
This guy's definitely a suspect.
Yep, immediately.
This guy is definitely a suspect.
Yep.
And like I said, who is he rubbing shoulders with at that time period, too? You don't know.
Right.
It might be close people to the Kennedys. Marilyn Monroe. Another tie to the Kennedys.
Bizarre.
Right?
Absolutely bizarre.
More puzzle pieces we're putting together here.
But crazy guy. He ended up just wanting to play music later in his life. He was kind of trying to distance himself. Marilyn Manson made like a big deal of like joining the church, and he was really like mad about that. He's like, you just don't understand like what we're doing. Like we're anti everything. Like Marilyn Manson was really trying to play it up, like
to fill his image and
like
I remember his one music video, like he was like
he's the new pope or whatever, priest of the Church of Satan. Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So he was pretty pissed off about Marilyn Manson trying to move in on his.
But did Marilyn Manson write the checks?
You would have to imagine.
You would have to imagine
he sent some money.
Yeah.
The beautiful people.
And I'm sure it did well for him in the back end. Like, I'm sure you got a lot of those freaks and nerds and everything.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people threw some money in after that. Joined the church.
Yeah, let me buy my Satanic Bible off of Amazon.com.
And then he died.
Sadly.
Yeah, sadly. The 29th. They say the family was around him and he died on the 29th, but his death certificate always read October 31st, 1997.
Of course, you got to go on the Day of the Dead.
Yeah, why wouldn't you go on the
veil is the thinnest.
The veil is the thinnest, exactly.
Yeah, of course. The devil's holiday. Oh.
And then, we had this little biography. This was a fun talk and everything, but here's something horrifying. Anton LaVey's last words. Did you ever listen to those?
No, I never have.
It's kind of insane. Why don't I have the exact words? But it was something to the effect of, oh no, I was wrong. It's all wrong. Like something like that.
Did he get a vision?
It's going to drive me nuts. Like I need to miss, but like what the fuck did he see at the end? But he was like,
probably,
I was wrong.
Probably like an angel.
I was wrong.
Yeah, so.
We're going to find this. Hold on. Oh, don't listen to that one. Sorry. Edit out. Anton LaVey. Last words.
It was probably like a vision. They say on your deathbed, you family or angels.
You see here is Anton
Here we go.
LaVey, the founder of the Church of Satan.
This is witch talk for everybody.
And for a Satanist, at the time of death, it's a great victory for them. And he was getting ready to die and pass on his powers and that. And on his deathbed, he must have got some revelation or an angelic appearance or something. And he went into shock and he said, oh my, what have I done? He said, there's something very wrong.
Something very
wrong. there's something very wrong. And his whole life had been spent propagating these satanic beliefs, getting everyone to...
There's something very wrong. Like, it didn't go the way he thought it was going to go.
Uh-oh.
That's terrifying.
See, like, I'm a betting man, so I like hedging my bet a little bit over here.
Yeah.
I think God's real. You know?
Yeah, the older you get, you start to just dip in your water into that a little bit.
I'm going to put a little chip on that side of the table.
A little hedgy poo.
Yeah, this
in
guy
words
went,
of Dave Portnoy.
Yeah, this guy went all in on the wrong side, it seems like. And at the very end, when he had no bankroll left, he tried putting it in a reverse, but I think it was too late.
Don't chase your losses, folks. Don't chase your losses.
Yeah, that guy, he's an interesting character, put it that way.
Wild stuff.
Yeah. He's a freaky dude. Like, looking at him, like the bald head, the fucking goatee.
Yeah.
Like,
they got him in like a horror movie too at the end of his life.
Really?
Like, I think in the late 80s or something.
Go figure.
Yeah, they're like, let's go get Anton LaVey for this movie. Right. And then you set it up as a big satanic panic promotion, and then people come see the movie for
Fits in perfect with the counterculture and horror movie buffs, and I'll feed into it. You know, I'd watch it. It's like,
exactly. I'm going to go check out a lecture with some dude talking about werewolves.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty cool.
All right, so now we'll get into Taylor Swift.
Oh.
She starts off as a Christian country singer.
Right. I built the stage for her. If you guys go check out our Are You Dead episode, I got some wild things that happened after Taylor Swift.
Yeah, that's a good episode. Go check that one out. I think that was episode 14.
It's our Halloween episode.
Halloween one. So just look at that date and go click on that one and listen to the story about building Taylor Swift's stage. Her persona starts changing after she turns into like that, you know, the cute love song girl, like playing on my guitar, teardrops on my guitar.
Our song is the slam screen door.
There it is. To like a pop star, like sex symbol.
Yeah.
Totally like different persona. Like, I know she grows up or whatever, and people are going to say that, but complete 180 of what she started with.
Very different.
Very different.
From like Carrie Underwood to like Britney Spears.
Yes.
Yeah.
In 2018, though, Scooter Braun is like a record agent.
Okay.
And he ends up buying 6 of her first albums with the Carlyle Group and George Soros.
Wait, George Soros buys her albums?
Basically owns her music.
Yeah. What?
For 6 albums. So she freaked out about it. She was like,
she was mad about it.
She was mad about it.
I remember she was mad about someone buying it. I didn't know it was George Soros.
Yeah, it's George Soros. So for people who don't know George Soros.
Is it like shown that it's George Soros, or is it like George Soros backed?
Well, I think he's ownership in the Carlyle Group.
Okay.
So it's George Soros. Money.
Everything's George Soros backed at this point, so, but yeah.
But he's like a media mogul.
Always connected back to him.
Every newspapers, everything. Radio stations.
Yep.
Music, everything is like George Soros owned.
Yep.
And he's like a big left-leaning
donor to the effects of chaos.
Yes. Yeah, it seems like he's a manipulator of creating the world around us.
Like when all those bricks showed up at riots and things, they always would attribute it
to like George
someone
Soros.
Had to put those there.
Yeah.
There's piles of bricks that just don't show up at riots.
Yeah, riots, yep. And big in like forming a narrative and everything like that. But a little background on George Soros. He grew up in Hungary, and as the Germany takeover, he posed as a Christian and had a protector, in quotations, who he would accompany confiscating other Jews' property.
Right. So he would go around with like a German.
Yeah, Nazi SS officer, and
they would go just steal things from
point out to like, this guy's Jewish, this guy.
Let's take his stuff.
They would take his jewelry, money, whatever,
and the hiding Jews, he would blow them in. Yeah, he would just find them and cover and just blow them into the Nazis.
In an interview, which is super eerie, I think it was like 60 minutes to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was a big interview.
They asked him like, "Do you feel any guilt?" And he goes, "No."
Nah.
You would have done the same thing. He goes, something eerie like that.
Like
in that situation.
Bizarre.
Yes. He now runs Open Society Foundation. He made his money running a hedge fund that focused on foreign currency speculations.
Interesting.
Very interesting when you want to manipulate like global markets.
Yeah.
Who would you team up with if you want to manipulate global markets?
Probably the people overthrowing the governments.
How about the CIA?
Oh, interesting.
So the CIA used open society to topple governments. And a couple of those are Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Japan, and Russia. So
solid.
If you have insight in like insider trading,
Yep.
If you have inside information on the CIA is going to go inside Malaysia
And knock off some high politician.
Wouldn't I not bet against the currency to collapse?
Seems like a winner.
Seems like a winner, right?
Yeah.
Like
I knew there was something wrong with that horse.
Seemed like it.
Yeah.
So this is the guy that ended up buying her music, which is not great. She ends up releasing a weird Netflix documentary.
Yeah, I remember that.
Where she
that
starts
whole scene.
She starts getting like political.
Yeah.
And it's weird that like it's after the Scooter Braun,
Yep.
George Soros type
As soon
of
as
deal.
they bought her music, yeah.
She starts getting political where she started crying in the interview saying
Yeah.
like I got to be on the right side of history.
Yep. And she's like, I'm a Christian. I'm from Tennessee.
But I'm for murdering babies. So it was a little weird.
It was a shift.
Where she never spoke.
She could have just stayed out of. Like,
Yeah,
all
she
of
never
that. Like,
spoke
there's no
about
reason to get into politics there.
But there's also a weird video. I don't know if you ever saw the NATO video where they were at a conference and they were using her as a social influencer asset. It's like a weird video, and they're like doing like a PowerPoint presentation of like how can we affect people's opinions on situations and ideas.
Right.
And we'll use Taylor Swift as this.
That just makes you think she's a plant.
Oh, yeah. The Pentagon.
Well, we'll get into plants later because, I mean, that's a whole thing.
The Pentagon Psychological Operation Unit pitched NATO this. Ugh. So, a little weird.
Strange.
A little weird. She begins she has weird like music videos too.
Oh yeah, they're ridiculous.
Like there's witches and
yeah.
So that's like the real conspiracy. Like is she a witch? And then we always go like witches are satanic, right?
Well, I always think of like the Sabrina the Teenage Witch or like the witch from the movie The Witch. Like you sign your book you sign your name in the book of the devil.
Right.
You're pledging yourself to
yes,
him as a witch.
You're a worker for the devil.
Right.
You're doing the devil's work.
You're in his coven. So when he wants to have a baby, he births with you and you do his will.
Right.
On the earth.
So they like in the one music video, Ready for It, they're burning all the witches is written in like the music video on the wall.
Right.
Which is weird. Like, oh, it's symbolism or
now is she playing it up like Anton LaVey?
I don't know. I guess
is she being a showman? It's the new thing now.
Is it
Sam Smith, like all those, like
it's
aren't they all doing it?
And but it's already been, like I said, it's already been done with Slayer and
it's provocative.
But it doesn't make sense for the pop scene to do it.
No, it is very strange.
Like to be mainstream, like I said, Slayer did it. Fucking Exodus and Metallica. You know what I mean?
Marilyn
like,
Manson.
Yeah, it was always like, oh, this is a subgenre.
Exactly.
People are into it. People are seeing it.
Not going to be in the luxury box at the NFL football game.
No, and being promoted the way it's being promoted.
Yep.
Which is a little weird. All of a sudden, she started doing all that things, like getting political.
Yep.
And then the Eras Tour happened in 2023.
Yes.
Where she made $1 gazillion.
Literally a gazillion. And then it was in the theaters, and people were doing it in the theaters and singing and dancing. And
do you want to hear a fucking crazy one?
Yeah, let's hear this.
The Eras Tour in 2023 had a higher GDP of 50 countries.
She beat out 50 countries for GDP?
Yeah.
Just on the Eras Tour, not even her.
Just on the Eras Tour. It's crazy. She had a bigger economy by herself than 50 countries in the world that sell oil or jewels or natural resources. No, Taylor Swift doing a fucking concert and made more money and generated more money.
And they're like stays. They're like 3-night events.
Dude, it's crazy. I looked up her one, and she was like in Toronto.
Yeah.
And she did like 4 days.
Yeah.
Like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then she took like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. And then she did like Friday, Saturday, Sunday night.
It's insane.
Like 2 weeks.
Yeah, like I'm going to hang in Toronto for 2 weeks.
Yeah, for 2 weeks and just sell out this arena after night after night after night after night.
Yep. I saw her lip syncing equipment, so her voice probably doesn't need the rest.
Oh, don't come after him for that one. I ain't saying that.
I saw it.
That one's crazy. That one's crazy. Well, I don't know, man. That's what they all say, that she dances and sings for 3 hours.
Man,
so the cardio's got to be...
I saw it.
gotta be pretty nuts.
Maybe it was when she was 19 or whatever she was lip singing.
Yeah.
Now she sings for real.
Now
Apparently
she's
she
fine.
can hit every note, I guess.
Her new Willow song.
Yeah.
It's like casting a spell, like the music
I
video.
saw that. Yep.
And then like live,
That's the big
it's
one.
like, oh, she's putting a ceremony on during the show.
Yep. They actually say like summoning a demon or whatever.
Yes.
In the one song or whatever.
Oh, really?
As they're doing the ritual. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on the library of the music.
Yeah. Yeah. Me neither.
Like,
But I just remember seeing the video and like in the subtitles, it's like, oh, summon the demon, and she's doing the fucking.
oh, she's doing it.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. Just power chords to fucking South of Heaven by
Yeah.
Slayer.
Well, even the music video, she's got the
Oh yeah,
she's got the devil mask on or whatever.
Does she?
Yeah.
yeah. I watched a couple of it. It's like in a cabin, like it's all eerie looking.
Yep.
But isn't that like a thing nowadays? Like cabin core, like girls are into that. Like
Yeah.
oh, it's cottage core.
Right.
Like oh, it's in the woods. It's woodsy.
It's true.
Yeah.
But then there's a big egg behind her that hatches into a gigantic serpent demon.
Oh, that makes sense. And as we learned from doing an episode on Aleister Crowley, serpents usually are signifiers of the devil.
Yeah. Or just in Adam and Eve in the Bible and everything else. I mean,
Voodoo's
serpents
big with
were always like
serpents.
Oh, voodoo too. Yeah.
Voodoo, yep.
Throwback to the New Orleans.
Yeah, we're pulling out our old knowledge from our episode right
Oh
here.
man. I think we're gonna go on TikTok and we're gonna do like individual episodes and we're gonna roll out little promotion campaigns for each one. We gotta do like a little promo for each one.
Yeah.
Try to find the cut in the episode.
Right.
Or maybe even just talk about something new. Like, this is what we talked about in the
I
episode.
like it. Marketing
something.
ideas right during the Taylor Swift episode. I like
Yeah,
it.
for sure.
Gotta reveal that blue wall.
Well, I mean, maybe we should just come out as Satanists.
Hide the book. Hide the book. People claiming that go to her concerts have spells of amnesia.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, that's different. There's a lot of them, too. And they're fans. They're not, like, random people. Like,
No.
they're Swifties. And they're like, I don't remember, like, half the concert.
Yeah, that's a little weird. I've been to a lot of concerts.
And then there's, like, big news channels putting out interviews with neurologists that are saying, like, oh, that's normal for, like, amnesia to happen at a concert.
That's normal?
That's normal, yeah.
Dude, I've been to a lot of concerts.
How many times have you been kicked in the head at work tour?
A lot.
And you remember every minute of those sets.
I took some hits, dude. Believe me. And I'm fine. Like, I remember that show.
Yeah, I remember everything. There's no amnesia.
No.
No.
No, I'm fully aware.
Yeah.
I think she's putting spells on her crowds, man.
There's a lot of practical effects, too. Who knows what's in that mist or
Yeah.
anything.
Well, it's like a mass ritual. Just think of the I can't think of the rapper's name right now. Where he was in Houston and they had like 10 people die and he kept playing.
Oh, that was forever ago. That was like a year ago now, right?
I think
Juice WRLD? Was that Juice WRLD?
I don't know which one it was.
We're really showing like how old we are and how much we don't know about pop culture. I'm just making up Juice WRLD. That's probably like a completely normal guy. That might be a clown for all I know. He might be doing mime acts on stage. I have no idea what Juice WRLD is.
ICP, dude?
But I see those fucking t-shirts, so I was like, oh, maybe it's
It's the Juggalos?
Juice WRLD, like Fanta and Faygo.
Yeah, the Faygo
The
guys.
Faygo soda.
Yeah, see, I know ICP.
Are they the same thing? I don't
No,
know.
I don't think so.
No, I think
that's
we're way off.
I think that's a totally different
Yeah.
thing. But they were saying that was like a mass sacrifice.
Ooh.
Like, oh my God.
Oh, like
Travis,
you did it on purpose.
Travis Scott.
Yep.
Travis Scott.
Yep,
See,
yep,
he'll
yep.
come to me eventually.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, they
Yeah,
said
you're really deep into the hip hop community.
totally, dude. You know
Yeah.
that, man.
Yeah,
I
for
go
sure.
about Wu-Tang and Nas, dude. That's about my rap knowledge.
I only know about Calliope players from the 1920s.
yeah. Our library on Calliope albums. You guys tune in for that episode. That one
It's a banger.
It's a must listen to. But yeah, they were saying that was a mass sacrifice where he kept playing
Yeah.
and just
People are getting
kept on-
crushed.
people are getting crushed.
Yeah.
Like, and there's a lot of like symbolism on that stage too. Like,
Well, there's that one rapper like twerking on Satan's lap too. Like that's what I mean about like this. Like how much of like that's why it's a good connection with Anton LaVey with this episode. How much of this is just like let's get people intrigued and be provocative.
yeah,
And then how much is like I dislike our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
I
and
think a
wanna
lot
do-
of it.
So how much is it 50-50? Is it
Because like I said, I think
which
I'm a
person's which?
I think I'm a believer in like them lifting the veil and showing you, like Hollywood.
Always the thing with like secret societies is they have to like they have to hint to you what they're doing
That's the karma
without telling you.
Yes,
Yeah.
they got to hint to you. Like there was the Nicki Minaj photo, and she's like on a motorcycle, and it's like spray painted in the wall. It says pedophile
Oh Jesus!
behind.
I
it,
never
but
saw that.
It was like hidden. Yeah, it's a crazy photo, dude. It was like a Nicki Minaj. She's like on a motorcycle. Or I think it's Nicki Minaj. Again, here we go with my pop college
dude.
knowledge.
We're going to get called out. Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD. Yeah, let's go Juice WRLD. And she's like photo album for her upcoming album or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
And in the wall, dude, like it's spray painted over, but you could see it, and it says pedophile in graffiti in the wall behind her.
That's fucking wild.
Like that's not done on purpose. Like,
oh man,
do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm so interested in the Diddy list too. Like, I'm really interested who's going to come out. We're going to do a Diddy episode because we just don't have the knowledge. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, we just don't know any of these people.
No,
and it would take like weeks to research and do an actual episode on the Diddy stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna wait.
People are doing it so much better than we are.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wait for them to come out with all the information and then steal it and then giggle about it for about an hour.
I just think about I keep seeing the one video right now with Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah.
And she has a bunch of like cancer kids on.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden she's like, "Oh wait, what day is it? Oh wait, we got a special guest," and it's P Diddy. Like they open up the and it's like the kids. This is the worst day of the kids' lives, and not the cancer diagnosis. And it's just like what he's dancing with, like all the kids.
Oh my god!
It is the craziest fucking.
I never
video.
seen that. That's nuts.
Crazy. Well,
she just left the country.
I heard that. I heard her basement.
She went to
flooded.
England. She's like, I'm done.
Yeah,
she's moving to England.
Go figure.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, yeah. After everything's coming out, well,
yeah,
it's gonna be coming out apparently.
Yeah. She must have pissed off the big group though, because she got exiled already.
Yeah, she got canned.
Because they easily could have like swept that under the rug.
Yeah. And you know, like
she was such a big superstar for so long
dude.
that they could have easily swept that under the rug if the New World Order wanted to, if the secret societies wanted to.
And it was like the craziest thing because she was mean.
Yep.
Like that's the reason why she's getting exiled. Like,
yeah,
she was mean.
Yeah,
that sounds like, hey, we got a lot of dirt on you. You best go, and we'll just say.
Hey, just remember, man, if you get like all this fame, I think there's just like an expiration date on it, and they just say like P Diddy.
Oh yeah,
they put him in all this stuff. They gave him all the money. They gave him all the power, and then they're just like, at some point, you're gonna be the sacrificial lamb.
Well, did you see that?
You'll live good, and then it's over.
Jamie Foxx is like the big one with that. Do you remember Jamie Foxx had like a medical episode like maybe a year or two ago?
Yep.
I guess he's saying that P Diddy poisoned him.
What?
Yeah. That caused the episode.
Oh, yeah, he said it like that's not the COVID vaccine. It was P. Diddy.
It was P. Diddy. That he got poisoned.
That's another episode, dude. I can't
I'm
wait.
telling you.
We just don't know enough, dude. There's so much information. And 50 Cent is, I think he's been like compiling on P. Diddy, dude.
I know 50 Cent, man. I know 50 Cent. Okay, so now back to Taylor Swift.
All right.
So she's making a gazillion dollars. So she starts dating Travis Kelce.
Yep.
Weird thing with him is, yes, he's making a lot of money. Yes, he is a top-tier NFL tight end.
Right, yeah.
But he also gets a $20 million check from Pfizer after he started dating Taylor Swift.
Immediately.
And him and his brother end up getting like $100 million from Amazon.
Yep, big podcast with the Kelce brothers.
And now it's like you look everywhere, dude. Campbell soup commercials, fucking
Kelce,
Cheerios.
Yep.
Everything is just down your throat, dude. Like,
yep.
Kelsey's. It just seems like a fucking, like a little bit of a psyop, man.
Is it? Yeah, because is the media propping this up, or is this like a government plan?
Like I said, I'm thinking of NFL players right now.
Yeah.
That like Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Like he comes to mind. He's a superstar. But he's not in fucking every goddamn commercial I see on television.
No, he pops up in a commercial.
Right.
But yeah, he's not like, his girlfriend's not shown in the box every
episode. You don't know who he is.
And the crazy thing is like we're talking about with this stuff is it used to be the counterculture and like the weird people, like they wouldn't be featured. No. Like the NFL wouldn't be okay with putting them front and center.
Front and center, yep.
So it's weird that a girl that is going and like, she's kind of like alienating herself from, well, half the country already. I mean, whatever, we're not talking about politics, but like she's alienating herself from half the country, and then she's alienating herself, I can't even say alienating herself from Christians and like from this by like doing all this satanic imagery and witch stuff.
But like I said,
but she brings in, the only thing I could think of is that she does bring in the young female
demographic
person to watch football, and that's like kind of who you're missing. But I think the NFL is going to regret it eventually. It's going to hit. Well, then again, they're never going to lose. They're like, they can't lose. It doesn't matter.
They're going to get to a point where it's going to be, you're going to pay to watch one game, dude.
Yep.
Like it's going to be paid.
And you're going to do it.
You're going to do it. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
But you're going to do it.
100%.
But that brings us to being at the Super Bowl.
It's just strange to put her front and center. Like
where
I don't know.
She was sitting with Ice Spice. Another pop culture reference right there. I'm a huge Ice Spice fan, by the way.
Oh, yeah. And Blake Lively?
Sure.
Ryan Reynolds' wife.
Yeah, we'll go with
Blake
that.
Lively? I think all three of them were together.
Okay. They're in a box.
Yep.
The role model, Taylor Swift, the NFL's putting her front and center. She is chugging whatever martini drink that she had.
Yep.
And Ice Spice is sitting next to her, flashing her upside-down cross chain.
Yep.
Which is a satanic
and
symbol.
Taylor Swift's egging her on.
Yeah, and it's like, what is going on here?
Yeah, like why are we promoting Satan during a football game?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Like, the camera should just be like, dude, you can't show that on like, do you remember, like, when television had, like, just, like, humility?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, too, is, like, we used to watch Super Bowls growing up. They would show the celebrities, and they would be, like, chumming down a hot dog, fucking...
Right, yeah.
They wouldn't know they're on TV, and this is, like, purposely, like, hey...
Yeah, like, oh, you're on TV.
You're going to be on...
Yeah, show your Satan cross, and then flash your secret society symbols with your hands.
Because we know she's not sitting there the entire game, like, holding up this cross, fucking doing her upside-down pentagram, whatever.
Yep.
It's a crazy fucking thing.
Here, I'll give you a pull from a hip-hop. Have you seen any of the new Ice Spice videos?
It's in my queue. I haven't got to it yet.
She got on the Ozempic.
Really?
Yep. So
Was she was fat?
Alleged. I mean, whatever. But like,
I'm thinking of she had
because I'm like, dude, I'm about to jump on the Ozempic train, dude. Everyone's losing all this weight, man. It's crazy. We were just talking the other day, dude. Like, I went from XL to double XL, and dude, it's just feeling rough.
It happens.
It's feeling rough, dude. The Ozempic train, dude. Everyone's on it, but I'm like, what is in that drug? Because so many celebrities. Did you see the Dave Bautista now?
Oh yeah, he
the
lost
big wrestler. He was like gigantic, and now he's
yeah.
like a skinny dude with pearls. He looks like he's emaciating
I saw
away,
the
dude.
pearl picture.
Dude,
That's another one.
What's in the Ozempic, dude?
You know what Ozempic stands for, right?
Oh, what does it
It's
stand
actually Church of Satan spelled backwards. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I did see the pearl picture.
Yeah.
Did you see Fletcher Cox? I know we're getting into like a football thing, and
No.
Fletcher Cox used to play for the Eagles.
Yeah.
He was like in a blazer.
Yeah.
And he had like a blouse on, where like a woman would pull up here. It had no straps or anything. It was just an open
Like a corset?
No, like a blouse.
Oh.
Like just pulls over her front things.
Yeah.
And he's wearing a blouse on TV giving an interview, and it's like everyone. I think LaShawn McCoy came out and was like, "Oh, dude, what are you doing, man?" Or somebody was like,
Right.
What the fuck you wearing,
What
dude?
is happening right here?
I think it's a humiliation thing, dude.
Right.
Like,
They're like, you're gonna do this now.
Dave Bautista, dude, he was a fucking action movie star, WWE wrestler, losing all this, and then he's wearing a pearl necklace with a purse.
Yeah.
Like, this is this manly dude. Like, hey, we're gonna feminize him, and we're gonna fucking kind of.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, it's
all weird.
Like, it's weird.
It's all weird.
I think America's gonna be back to like coming up pretty soon.
But that Ozempic shit, dude, works.
You think?
Well, you just look at.
Well, yeah. Well,
look at big people.
But then again, dude.
Like Mindy from the Mindy Project or whatever from The Office. You seen her now?
No, I haven't.
Oh, she's like a fucking Victoria's Secret model.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Dude, what is in that drug?
You got to be getting
that drug's
failure.
Scary, man.
Yeah, it's cocaine. It's cocaine.
I don't think it is. I don't think it's Adderall. But imagine if you did Adderall and Ozempic.
And Ozempic, dude?
Yeah. You'd never eat again.
Never.
You would look at food like you'd be cutting peas into 4 quarters, dude.
You'd
and your
just
head
be
be shaking,
shaking.
dude. You have no teeth left because you grinded them down.
Dude, it would be insane, dude. It'd be insane. Yeah, like I and then like the Dave Bautista thing too. Like I'm sure he was on a little bit of steroids, like back in the day.
Oh
for
yeah,
wrestling.
I'm sure.
I mean, he was 300 pounds. Fucking six
Oh,
pack.
definitely. You don't get that big without being on steroids.
And then he just dropped like 80 pounds or whatever. But yeah, it's an insane thing. It just sums up America, like right now.
We're just talking about like industry plants, like just like these people put into the situations, and it's just like they don't fit.
No,
like it just doesn't fit like in the public conscious.
No.
Like, they're not the most famous people in the world anymore, is the crazy thing. Like, they're not. Like, their movies don't sell.
Taylor Swift is.
Taylor Swift is very... Yeah, she's a good plan, I guess.
She's the top.
They aced it on that one, dude. They're clapping. They're like, yeah, they had a list with, like, Dave Bautista, Taylor Swift. Right. They had their list, and they're like, oh, this one hit.
But the crazy thing, dude, it didn't work.
This one popped.
Like, but it didn't work, though.
She made the money.
It
worked on a lot of people.
She made a lot of money.
It worked on a lot of people.
So let me tell you another one. Taylor Swift claims that Lady Gaga put a spell on her to help her find love. So there's another celebrity.
Like before Travis Kelce?
Before Travis Kelce.
Like that's like when she found Travis Kelce because of Lady Gaga's spell?
I guess it was in like a Vogue magazine interview that she gave, and there was.
So she's like really like pushing the witch angle.
Very much so.
Yeah.
But like I said, we were doing an episode on witch talk.
Exactly.
It's trendy.
It is trendy right now.
Like
I'm into it. I enjoy it. Like I like watching it, dude. It's funny. Like people talking like, "Oh yeah, no, this is how you sell your soul to Baphomet the Destroyer." Like
you gotta go get some Lipton teas from Walmart. The lemon.
It's always from Kentucky. They always have the thick Southern accent, dude. They're like eating a biscuit and gravy, dude, and they're just like, "And this is Lysithania, and you sell your soul to him for thinner hair."
This is Beelzebub's. And to contact him, you need 2 oranges from the fruit aisle. Black tea of Lipton works just fine. So it's very, very trendy right now.
It's fun. It's fun. I enjoy it.
You find fun in it.
I find a ton of fun in it.
I find it funny. So is Taylor Swift a clone?
Well, this is the connection. This is the big connection. This is the big picture going on TikTok and on Instagram and Twitter and everything. You look at the pictures side by side. Zena LaVey and Taylor Swift, the daughter of Anton LaVey.
They're identical, dude.
Identical, down to the eyebrow.
It's crazy.
They were both singers.
They're both singers.
And like I said, you're connected to the occult, maybe-ish.
I think, dude,
Could she have been a clone?
I think she's the clone or she's the daughter of Zena LaVey.
They're identical.
They're identical. Like, you talk about a spitting image.
Yep.
There's also another creepy one. I don't know if you ever seen the Glamour Gals doll commercial from 1981.
Yep.
And that looks like Taylor Swift, too. Like, spitting image of her. Down to the nose, down to everything.
Yep. Doing a commercial for the Glam Girls
In
style.
1981. Before she was born. She was, like, born in 86 or something.
So,
87.
So, different theories on here. Let's just start with, like, the one I don't think is real, but they're putting out the videos with the eyes. She's got the lizard person.
Oh, the lizard person thing?
Twinkle.
Like the Katy
So let's
Perry?
start with, like, the least likely.
Did you ever see the Katy Perry one?
Katy Perry one's nuts, where she can't open her eye.
Yeah, where she's, like, malfunctioning on stage. Like, the lizard was about to pop out of the suit
Or
right
did you
there.
hear about Adele, who lost... Speaking of Ozempic.
Oh, joy.
Speaking of Ozempic, Adele. There's been fans that said they've seen her backstage shapeshift.
Really?
Yep. That she shapeshift and she would turn back and she would be like...
She was a bigger girl.
Yeah, Ozempic fixed it.
It fixed it.
Dude, Ozempic's nuts.
Oh, she's like a size 0 now, too.
Dude, they all are.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We're all going to be like walkers pretty soon, dude. Everyone with hollowed faces, dude. And like everyone's 90 pounds and emaciated.
I just think of They Live, dude.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I was thinking about. Like just the aliens from They Live with the big eyes and the hollowed out faces.
Yep. That's all I think about, dude, when we say that. Yeah. They walk amongst us. They walk amongst us. Any other celebrities out of that band?
But what's better, dude? We're not gonna body shame anybody here today. We're just gonna move on. But lizard person eyes.
Can't do that when we're
the Walmart scooter riders are our primary listener base.
Yeah,
so
we're in double X's ourselves, dude. We can't be
body shaming.
Can't be body shaming anybody. As I'm drinking a sugary Coca-Cola. But yeah, I think that's all.
So lizard person with Taylor Swift eyes.
Okay.
That's the least likely, I think.
But
there are the videos. But those videos are so easy to make.
Yeah.
What's it to put a twinkle in George Bush's eyes while he's talking about bombing Iraqis?
The crazy one was the Nancy Pelosi one when she was talking about the reptile people.
Would she actually talk about like being like cold-blooded and stuff? Yeah, that was kind of nuts.
That was a crazy one.
That was kind of nuts. Second, is she a clone?
I think that could be a possibility.
And,
like I said,
you want to talk about PSYOP? Let's go deep, dude. What if the government just churns out the same clone multiple times and tries to put them into big positions and
different
see
situations.
If they pop?
And
what if they have like 20 different models?
I could see it.
So now, like Taylor Swift was like, "Oh, let's put her in the Glam Girl commercial."
Yeah,
didn't pop. Let's make her the daughter of Anton LaVey. Put her in charge to take over the Church of Satan.
Didn't pop.
Let's make her a country singer from Tennessee.
Yep,
popped.
We're gonna switch this one up. We're gonna throw an audible at you. And we're going to tell you she's going to be a mega superstar now.
Yep. All out of nowhere. And then we'll get George Soros to buy all the albums and we'll put all the force of the world behind it.
Woo! That one, That one sounds legit.
And if that's like a model of clone or whatever that
Yeah.
the U.S. government has,
Right.
who's to say there's not 19 other fucking
Taylor
like clones
Swift
that they
clones.
just keep popping in?
Oh yeah,
Like a Tom Cruise or something.
Yeah,
Or
every
like
generation.
Just something that doesn't pop until it pops.
Yep. I could see it
And
happening.
you're just like, oh, take that body out,
Yeah.
put in another one.
We got to release a new SoundCloud rapper today.
Yeah. See if he pops.
Yep, see if
and
he
you
pops.
get one little pop, and they see the little blip on the chart, and they're like,
Right.
"That's the guy."
And then
Now
we-
put all our media behind it, put all our money behind it.
We got to start listening to SoundCloud rappers' music in reverse.
Start looking for like Ellen doubles, dude.
Yeah, Ellen doubles. I'm sure they're not that hard to find.
No, she looks very
Yeah.
generic. And then third, time travel. Was
That
she
one's-
in 1981, and was she now? That takes out Anton LaVey, but the Glam Girls doll commercial is wild.
Yeah, that one.
So who's to say she?
Like I said, I like the second theory, the clone.
I like the clone one.
I like the clone one that just comes in randomly. We're
Yeah.
gonna program this one
Yeah.
with good looks.
I like the idea that they have like 20 of her.
Yeah.
And they just pop them out every 10, 20 years.
25 years, every 25
Yeah,
years.
we just pop one out and
throw
see
one
if it
out there.
works.
Yep.
See if it hits.
Yeah.
And then it hits, you retire that model.
Maybe the country singer one was an old one because she does have a music video where she's like facing her alter ego, like the good girl, bad girl video.
Yeah, that's true.
Then she's like looking in the
They're
mirror.
just using the model.
And
That's
she's
why
like-
they failed the audit, by the way. They were making Taylor Swift
Taylor
clones.
Swift models.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what
they just got to pull her into a different tax bracket. Like,
Oh, right.
She-
Then they
she-
get it
she-
right back, right?
50 country GDP we got right here. It's the greatest superpower created by the government ever.
It's a fun episode.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, Anton LaVey's a wild guy. You would never think that the leader of the Church of Satan was like a anti-hippie, like fuck
No.
them hippies, get
Never.
pro-cop guy.
Never.
And Taylor Swift's interesting. We're gonna watch how this plays out, but she definitely feels like a plant.
Is she on the Epstein list?
Just doesn't feel authentic.
Is she on the Diddy list?
Kash Patel said he's releasing all of it when he gets in, so
Yeah. That's got to be crazy if he does.
I'm kind of ready to see just some wild shit happen, dude.
I want to see the first 21 pages of the 9/11 document.
Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, give me the 9/11 documents.
Give me the 9/11 ones.
Yeah, dude, what kind of fucking upheaval do you have if that hits?
Uh,
I don't think it can, dude. I don't even think.
I think that one shapes the world we're living in a lot more than what people realize.
Once you realize that was.
Like I'm saying, like the black pages of the 9/11 Commission report, I think is a lot of shit that's happening current day,
Yep.
and the situations that happened after 9/11
Yep.
shape what we are facing today. And I think it would just
It's
be
everyone's intro into conspiracy. We're not gonna push you on this one, but if you guys just look into 9/11, dude, it's just hard to
we got to do a 9/11.
hard to know the official narrative is what happened.
We got to do a 9/11 one, but that'll be like a 2-hour one, dude.
Oh man, might have to release that under new names under a different podcast.
Yeah, we already did 15 episodes of this one.
New podcast.
New podcast. All right, guys.
Yeah, thanks for listening. We'll be on next week. We'll see you.
See ya.